Rajbanshi, both of them can bowl left arm spin, and they're sitting Karen KC. So one less pace option, a little bit of extra spin, which could come in very handy on a match that's being played for the third time on the same strip.
Yeah, and for the USA, same opening pair that we've seen, with Saiteja Mukamala and Monik Patel continuing to open the batting and with the ball in hand for Nepal. It'll be the same formula as Dakil gets it. So it's about the change that they made. Janoy Drysdale come in as Ali Khan goes. So well, two changes. Saj Dakil misses out alongside Karan KC, and Kushal Mala, we've talked about him a lot, comes into the side today. Starts off very nicely, good movement back in, and this will be an interesting thing to watch, Peter, because a lot of people have questioned Monik Patel up top of the order, hasn't found the runs so far this series, and now he's got to... and just starts down the leg side. It'll be 4 runs, I think. Was it pad or bat? That's the signal we'll await, but nonetheless, the first boundary, courtesy of leg buys for the USA. Attacking the pads of Monik Patel, big shout, and he's giving him Sampal Kami. How good was he yesterday? 4 wickets in total, and he's picked up his first and just his second delivery.
Well, I said that Depinder Singh Airi is dynamite. Sampal Kami is kryptonite for USA. He can do no wrong for Nepal, and USA can't wait to see the end of his bowling spell tonight. They've had enough of him because he's just done non-stop damage over the last 24 hours. Full and straight, but was it straight enough? That one looks like it might have been tailing down leg, and that ball is going off the pads and going straight to square leg. That's an indication that maybe could have been sliding down leg side, and this
one's going to beat the fielder inside the ring. One of the few half chances that beats Nepal, and Mukamala will get 4 off the bat to keep the scoreboard ticking for the USA.
Rare with that age would have plenty of energy to get down and stop that ball.
Outside edge, away from the fielders. Saiteja Mukamala is not going to sit around. He likes to look for strokes, and he's finding them so far. Another 4 runs.
We talked about it in the first over. Again, Sai Mukamala likes to feel bad on ball. He's going to play shots. He's going to play away from his body early before he's gotten his eye in. This is the channel that Rajan Dakil wants the ball. Angles it in towards off stump.
That's skied straight up. Nepal is underneath it, and that man's never going to put it down. Depinder Singh Airi gets the crowd roaring, and Rajan Dakil strikes.
Well, I said he's a guy that USA probably feels they can target because they've had so many issues against Sampal Kami. They've had so many issues against Karen KC, the main pacers for Nepal, and they probably thought to themselves, we're going to try and see off Sampal Kami. If we're going to take chances, it's going to be against Rajan Dakil. They try to take that aggressive approach, and it backfires. And, of course, number 45 in Nepal, he's got magnets on his jersey. Depinder Singh Airi, the ball's falling everywhere this weekend, Ahmad.
Mukamala goes to a spot of liking, loves to play that shot over extra cover, and does it to perfection. 1 bounce over the rope for 4.
Well, Sai Mukamala, he's got 2 shots that you can count on him to play very well. One is that lofted extra cover drive, and another is that front foot pull shot that he does so well. That one overpitched in the slot, and again,
nicely driven. Should just be a couple of runs. Actually run away to the boundary. Well done from Aaron Jones. He's just timed that to perfection, and that's the kind of stroke that Aaron Jones will like to get into as he starts to expand his innings.
Well, it's brother to brother, bowler to wicketkeeper. That was not brotherly love from Aaron Jones. He's making up for the runs he didn't get on his birthday yesterday.
Picked up from Mukamala, and that's all the way. That's gone past the seats here, and it's hit the MLC cricket ball out in the deep. How about this from Mukamala? Got the short one and did it the service.
Well, I said earlier, he's got 2 trademark shots. One is that extra cover loft to drive. The other is the front foot pull. His footwork looks gnarly here. He almost gets into a little bit of a tangle, but that's a very comfortable shot for him.
With aerial and away from the fielder. The experiment to go with Arif Sheikh hasn't worked in the favor of Nepal, and the USA capitalizing on this over.
Well, this is a bad overcorrection from Arif Sheikh. He went too short on the body. He got pulled for 6. Now he goes short and wide.
I don't know, man. As Jones goes inside out towards Dakil, who takes the catch. Never quite looked settled, did he? But a good move, getting Rajbanshi back into the 11. And just as a partnership was building, Nepal strike back.
Couldn't have this if you're the USA. Try to make some room for himself outside the off stump, but Rajbanshi follows him. He's unable to really get underneath it, and that's the short side of the ground. Aaron Jones carries so much power in that bat, but this was just sliced up, and Nepal was never going to put that down.
As this is pulled towards the shorter side, one bounce, and going to be 4. Just out of the grasp of Anil Shah, who went to his right, thought he was interested for a moment, but he couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, real good innings this from Milind Kumar. He's kind of settled in to his batting. He hasn't found much success in this series, but you can see him standing on the crease. He's just waited for the short.
This time down the ground, Long On's going to have to do well, and it's a misfield. And of all people, it's Kushal Bertel, who's usually outstanding there. I'm not sure he needed to attack it like that. Back-to-back boundaries, closes out the 13th. USA start to... That's going to be 50 for Saiteja Mukamala. We're talking about selection. He couldn't find his way into the starting 11 in the Netherlands, but he's done it now. Picked up into the leg side. That's going to be all the way. It's the shorter side of the ground. Now, USA yesterday just allowed Gulshan Jah to bowl to them through these middle overs. That's going to be 4. Cut away. Maybe just an over too many for Gulshan Jah. Difficult at any stage of a modern T20 to bowl 4 on the bounce, and they're really going after. Cut away, and that's going to be cut away for 4. Not the line you want to bowl with the shorter offside boundary. Would have expected Irie to possibly be coming around the wicket from the start. He might do that now, and Mukamala just he bowls him, and it's Kami again. Well, what a 48 hours he's having. He's been in this team for over a decade. One of Nepal's great servants, but I don't think he's ever had 2 better days consecutively in the blue and red of Nepal. The hero last night.
Take a look at where USA might be projected to finish.
This goes a long way up. He hasn't got enough of it. Anil Shah nestles underneath it. And that's the biggest cheer of the night, because Sampal Kami has another in the most halcyon of 2 days for one of Nepal's finest. He's got 3 for... I'm not sure if Anil Shah could see it out of the floodlights, but he managed to hold on. And Jahangir never got going. He's the latest American batter to fall.
Well, you were saying earlier that you thought Dipendra Singh Irie had the Player of the Series award locked up, Lenny. Sampal Kami might have heard you, and he said, I'm going to have a word with you about that. Andrew Leonard, this isn't one of them.
No, that's more like it. And finally, something to the shorter side. It's Harmeet Singh showing that he does have that ability to clear the ropes, and it's a maximum from the penultimate
side.
Final delivery of the first innings should get at least 2. Dipendra Singh Irie is going after this like a rocket. He picks up one-handed, he throws flats. Oh, he's nearly created a chance as the relay goes onto the stumps. Well, Usain Bolt out there on the far side has run about 60 yards to get to that. He's gone from deep extra cover, batting alongside Asif Sheikh for the 3rd consecutive time in the series. And again, Saurav Netravalkar has got the new ball in hand. Aaron Jones is in there at sort of a second slip, and
What happened?
we're going to guide you through every ball of the remainder of this series. Andrew Leonard alongside Aman Patel. Aman, another entertaining innings, but USA must feel as though they've left, 15 or 20 plus runs out there.
Probably a little bit more than that. They had that partnership that they needed between Milind Kumar and Saiteja Mukamala. And
something that Nepal probably haven't done in this series with real consistency. No, they had a good partnership for the openers.
oh, don't throw wickets away.
Down the leg side, flipped around the corner. Not a particularly good effort from Andreas House with the gloves. We'll wait for the signal. It's given as leg buys, but it will be the first runs. And if you're wondering who the on, well, that's much more like it. And that one's not coming back. It's gone many a mile. Maybe the shorter boundary, but that would have been 6 on the larger one. Netravalkar just getting the line wrong, and the key was there. Asif Sheikh doesn't try to overhit, just goes with it and gets it all the way for the first maximum of the chase.
Yeah, shades of Sai Mukamala against Arif Sheikh in the first innings. It just straight down the leg side. You can see him step out to that direction, and he's just not trying to turn his wrist too much. He's just helped it on. Gotta love him, don't I?
Yeah, that's a great stroke. That's Anil Shah at his fluent best. It's gone a long way, but not all the way. 1 bounce and 4. Banged into the surface by Drysdale. He was sitting on the back foot, almost expecting it, and Shah gets his first boundary.
This is one criticism you'll have with Janoy Drysdale. He just tends to get stale after you've seen him once. He doesn't rush you with his pace if you're expecting the short ball. He gets too short, and it doesn't matter what generation you're a part of, you're going to enjoy that shot.
Brilliant job again. That's nicely guided. That might be 4 more. Look at how good the surface is, and look at how quick the outfield is. The Nepal fans are getting on top of USA here now.
It's just brilliant work from Anil Shah. Not much wrong with that delivery. It wasn't that wide. He just created the room and opened the wrist very, very late, and able to squeeze it past that short third fielder. The one thing for Janoy Drysdale, pitch it up. They're just camping on the back foot. You get the
Now that's an authoritative stroke. In fact, one of the strokes of the evening. It's not going to be 6, but it will be 4 more. It's a massive over. It could well have comes into the attack. And this looks very close and is given. And Singh roars with delight, and rightly so. I think for me that's a good call on first viewing. Only question might have been height, but it's the back foot, and the crowd that were reaching fever pitch have been silenced.
Well, the roar there from Jesse Singh, I think, is because he's the one who dropped Anil Shah, and now he's taking that wicket here. It's angled in. It's hit him right in front of the middle stump, and I reckon it's a good call. It's hit him on the back leg. Again, very close, but I think that's gone on to hit the top of middle and leg. Jesse Singh gets in on the act, and just what the USA needed as Nepal started to ramp things up. It's 33 for 1 now in the 5th.
To add insult to injury, how often do you see this? The ball after the drop chance, he just slashes. Oh, what a stroke. He's certainly back in form, isn't he? Because that's out of the ground. That may well be the shot of the series. A skip down the track.
And even more body language from Asif Sheikh with authority, pumping that one over mid-off for 4.
You mentioned the looks in the field. Well, look on Jesse Singh. That's just a real nothing delivery. It's sat there up in the slot. It's wide. That's not where he's going to want to bowl it. It's tough coming back to back on consecutive days in bowling, but that's no good at any level of cricket, Peter. It's a hit me ball and
great placement. Impeccable placement by Asif Sheikh. Threats the needle through backward point. Beats Jahangir at sweeper. Another boundary for Nepal. A tear to his eye. And this will bring a tear to USA's eyes. And a happy tear for Nepal fans as that one clears the sight screen. Asif Sheikh is on fire.
Straight as you like, and my goodness, our camera crew might need to get some helmets on. Demolishing. Even Sarabhan at the Volker can't escape it. There's not much wrong with the delivery. It's probably just a touch too wide after it's cut off the wicket. They get hit very, very straight, very, very firmly, right in to the bottom of that scissor lift. And again, well done by
Kazil. Starts the 11th, and he could have a wicket here. He hasn't had luck earlier in the night. Had a chance, dropped off his bowling in the 4th over, but this time the man who dropped that earlier chance in the 4th over, Jesse Singh, holds on at long off.
Needed that, did the USA, had to find a wicket, and this is what Chinoy Drysdale can do. He can just surprise you with the bounce that he gets, but Asif Sheikh also knew the situation. Plenty of wickets in hand, felt that he could go big. He's in that kind of state of mind. He's past his half century, a well-made half century, but Jesse Singh in the end holds on to what is a simple catch for the USA. The second wicket falls for Nepal, a well-made 50.
Surprised he didn't make an appearance. And again, sticking to the plan to keep it short, and yet the timing is exquisite. They didn't want to pitch it up, and yet Kushal Amala makes Drysdale pay anyway, ruins the would-be maiden over.
Foot, create a false shot.
Diving over the ball is Jahangir. USA's fielding just hasn't been good enough tonight or in the series as a whole. Another boundary for Kushal Bertel.
Again, this is just a sign of things not going USA's way. They just haven't found any way to keep momentum on their side straight throughout the series. Too wide from Kinjigate. Yes, the arm ball coming back in, but still enough width on offer. He can
hang on. As Kushal Malla is going to take him on and hit it to his right. You sense that Kushal Malla, who battled so hard up in King City on the difficult tracks, was going to enjoy it when he came onto the flatter wickets here. Brought into the team to attack left arm spin, and that's what he's doing beautifully here.
Well, it's not just that, but he attacks anything full. Again, the scouting report on Kushal Malla is don't pitch it up. You cannot give it to him full because he'll...
Help train the corner, that'll be 4. Not the right line from Drysdale. And USA, well, they're being blown away here.
Well, Ahmed Patel compared some of the shots that Saim Kamal was playing to Surya Kumar Yadav, and I know they're both right-handers, but there was a little bit of sky in this shot, just getting inside the line and playing that flick pull shot, that sky.
2 Annapurnas. As Malla goes through the offside, very elegantly for 4 more. Are we seeing a return of a second Kushal back to his best after Bertel blitzed his way into form?
They don't have anybody in their top 7 batting left-handed. And Kushal Malla is showing.
He works into the leg side, going to be 4. And it's another misfield, not easy for Aaron Jones, but they just cannot get their positioning.
Too short. Jesse Singh's pace tonight just sits up waiting to be whacked. Aaron Jones.
And there it is, right on cue, and he does get enough of it. Kushal Malla loves left arm spin, and the meme yesterday was, we're so back, both Kushal. There's a sense of inevitability to this result. Peter, just need to go back to social media for